Welcome back, everyone. This is Colin Clark, Senior Vice President of Retirement here at Washington Financial Group Hub International with the special podcast series, What I Wish I Knew About Financial Planning, But No One Ever Taught Me. And I'm very pleased to be joined again by our president, our esteemed president, Mr. Jeffrey the Hambone Hamblen. And we already discussed your tattoo, so we will not disclose or divulge any other new secrets today. But we want to continue our conversation. We started talking about the positive features about a low interest rate environment to the general consumer, but we want to move to the actual how we make the sausage, right? As a financial planner, I come to you and I say, hey, this is my situation, okay? And, no matter where I am, a lot of your clients, you said, are between the ages of 55 and 70. How do we get from moving from the accumulation stage to the income stage, and what kinds of things are you doing with your clients right now to help them be successful?
Well, in this component where you're asking about going from a accumulation stage to a spend phase, there are actually what I say is sort of 14 different items that I look for, what I would call the red zone in that environment. And so they are going from a period where they're 80 to 100% in the market. Their goal is, I want to be financially independent. They want to stop working. And so the focus for them is to be able to, what do I need to do to get there? And so we obviously, for the newer clients, we're bringing in all the facts, understand their cash flow, where their debt is, they have their retirement plans, and we put all that together, put it in a site called Wealth Vision. And then from there, we can see if they're on the path to making this happen. And then what we do is give them course corrections and specifically design their portfolios to meet the risk that we want to be at that point, that there is a transition from that red zone in ultimately to the spend phase. And so there are many different areas that we focus on in the red zone. I'll give you a couple of specifics behind that. One is when you reach that stage, often your kids are older, and you're getting near the time where you're going to be considering transitioning into housing. It's something where I would call right sizing. I have a number of clients that may say have a house at $750,000 to $1 million. And at this point that they want to transition into no longer having to do the yard work and not have to deal with all the day-to-day upbringings of a house. So they would go into a different community. It may be the same level, but they do that. And another factor is they always talk about, well, I want to go to North Carolina or Florida or whatever. And Colin, you can't do that. The next question is, you have children, and where did they go to college? Well, I live in Virginia. They all went to Virginia schools. I said, the good luck for you is that they're all going to live really close by. If they went outside state, by the way, they're probably going to end up going. I have a daughter with the East Carolina. She's now in Charlotte. My other three children all went to Virginia schools. They all live in Northern Virginia. So you as a grandparent in the future, which may be another 10 years down the road,
congratulations, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations. You are a grandparent soon, right?
But I tell you, a lot of people, they think about, I want to go move to Asheville. I want to move down to Florida and whatever. And I say, no, you can't do that. You can't do that because you will be back. You can't be more than you can't be more than 2 hours away from them. And so we think about the housing market, which, by the way, it's an awesome time to do it because interest rates are the lowest ever, and they can sell their house very quickly right now. And then the issue is really finding a house that you'd want to have. And so I prepare them for that. We get them out there doing those kind of things to where they work with a realtor. We work with a loan officer, get them all lined up. And so when it's time to act, we're ready to roll with that. And again, that's just one of many different areas that we get involved in this red zone pre-retirement phase. You can imagine budgeting is a big thing. I got to know, are these numbers real? Because guess what? When the day comes where you're financially independent, you theory, and your expenses are way off, that's not
I call it sharpening the pencil. We're sharpening the pencil.
And nobody likes to budget, to do it, but it's easy for me. It's really easy. All I say is, all right, what are you making? Net. What are you saving? That's what you are. That's your expenses. They never get it when they try to work their way up from it. So a very easy rule of thumb is, what are you making net? Subtract out what you think you're saving. That's how much we need to save for. And when you retire, by the way, it's 100%. If you retire young, 55, it's 120%. Because guess what? What do you do when you're young and healthy?
Yeah.
Right? You travel, right? you travel, you look to enjoy yourself at another level, and the next thing you know, you're spending more money. And so you budget accordingly. But none of this 50-60% of what I'm currently earning is what I need to have. You need the full amount. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We look at their long-term care, look at their downside protection, make sure we get them into Medicare. We tell them when the right time to get into Social Security. And again, this is just it's a process. It's not a one-day deal. So if you're a client at Washington Financial Group, you're a lifetime client. We don't look under the hood one time and say, that's all good, see you later. We're all about whatever environments we're in, whatever the situation is, we're here to help you meet those concerns, and they change all the time as far as the environment does. But long-term, your goals really don't change. And so we're here to help you on that.
Well, Jeff, this has been great. I mean, you're the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jeffrey Hamblen. Thank you so much for being on our What I Wish I Knew About Financial Planning, But No One Ever Taught Me podcasts. And I'm sure we're going to get a lot of listeners very interested in what you had to say. And thank you to our producer, Mr. Jeffrey Pincus. And he hates the fact that I even use his name right now, and he'll probably edit it out. But this is great. Thanks so much. We'll see everyone on the next installment of our WFG Hub International podcast. Thanks, Jeff.
You got it. Take care.
That's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, we'd love for you to subscribe on iTunes or wherever you access your podcasts.
There is no assurance that the techniques and strategies discussed are suitable for all investors or will yield positive outcomes. Investing involves risks, including possible loss of principal. No strategy assures success or protects against loss. Investing in stocks includes numerous specific risks, including the fluctuation of dividends, loss of principal, and potential liquidity of the investment in a falling market. Bonds are subject to market and interest rate risk if sold prior to maturity. Bond values will decline as interest rates rise, and bonds are subject to availability and change in price. Alternative investments may not be suitable for all investors and involve special risks such as leveraging the investment, potential adverse market forces, regulatory changes, and potential liquidity. The strategies employed in the management of alternative investments may accelerate the velocity of potential losses.
The opinions voiced in this program are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advice offered through Global Retirement Partners LLC, a registered investment advisor. Global Retirement Partners, Washington Financial Group, a division of Hub International Mid-Atlantic, and Hub International are not affiliated with LPL Financial.
For their and they're like it's that and so we would look to maybe this